A short introduction to support from your local council under Section 17 of the Children Act 1989. Many families who have no recourse to public funds struggle to access help with housing and money when they need it. There are lots of reasons why people might need support. Lots of families with children come to Project 17 for advice because their immigration status means they can't work or don't have an income, or because they don't have somewhere safe and stable to live, are facing eviction, or trying to leave a situation of domestic abuse. In these situations, and many other difficult situations, families with no recourse to public funds are often left with nowhere to live and no money to support themselves. What is Section 17 support? In these situations, you might be able to get support, such as money and accommodation, as well as other support to meet a child's needs, from social services or a no recourse to public funds team. Social services and NRPF teams sit within your local council or local authority. The council's powers and duties to provide this support is set out in a piece of law called Section 17 of the Children Act 1989. This law says that the council can provide help to families with NRPF in some situations, including where a family is facing homelessness and where they don't have enough money to cover essential expenses such as food. Section 17 can only be accessed if there is a child under the age of 18 living in the household who is in need. A child in need means a child's basic needs, such as food, accommodation, or essential items, cannot be met. How do I get Section 17 support? To get support, you will need to request it from social services in your local council, or you can ask an organisation to help you with this. You can go to the council in person to request support, or you can contact them by phone. Have a look on your council website to find out how to request support from Children's Services. Once you've told the council about the problems you are facing and that you want help with accommodation or money under Section 17, the council should carry out an assessment in order to look into your situation and decide whether they need to provide you with support or not. They will likely ask for lots of documents as part of this assessment and will want to know more about your situation. What if I don't have leave to remain or I haven't submitted an immigration application? Section 17 support is available to families with NRPF. However, if you don't have leave to remain and you haven't submitted an immigration application to the Home Office, it's very important to get immigration advice before you speak to social services and request support. For people with no leave to remain, social services will do a second assessment of your family to explore whether your family can return to your country of origin. This is called a human rights assessment. There may be reasons why you cannot return to your country of origin. There could be practical reasons you cannot return. For example, you might not be able to afford a plane ticket, or you might be heavily pregnant or have health problems that mean you cannot travel. There might also be legal reasons why you cannot return. For example, you could be preparing an immigration application that you will soon be sending to the Home Office, or you might be waiting for a decision on an application or an appeal. Social services should help you with housing and or money while they assess you if you urgently need support. It's important to get immigration advice because if there is no legal or practical reason stopping you from returning to your country of origin, social services may not provide long-term support and could advise you to return. They also have a duty to inform the Home Office that you have approached them if you are undocumented, which could be a problem if the Home Office is currently not aware that you're in the UK and you don't have a plan for making an immigration application. You can click the link in the video description to access a signposting list for immigration advice. What support is available? Usually people need help with accommodation and money. Under Section 17, the Council can provide both of these things. Section 17 can also include other support necessary to safeguard a child's health and well-being. The type of accommodation provided can vary. Sometimes the accommodation can be shared accommodation, for example, a room in a building where you share a bathroom and kitchen with other families or individuals. Sometimes the accommodation can be in a hostel or a hotel. We know this is very difficult for families, as it can mean there is no access to a kitchen or washing machine, which makes life very hard. In terms of financial support, if a family has no income or savings and no regular financial support coming from somewhere else, the Council has a duty to provide a set amount of money for each family member each week. This set amount has increased a little bit each year. There is information on our website about how much this currently is. If you have some income or you are receiving regular financial support, the Council may deduct this money from what they give you. What if social services turn me away? Families tell us that sometimes social services turn them away when they request support. Sometimes social services do this by saying things that make people feel like they can't get support, and sometimes they just refuse to carry out an assessment or refuse to give the support. Can Project 17 assist me to get Section 17 support? We are a very small organisation with limited capacity, but we do take on cases if people are struggling to get support under Section 17. You can visit our website at project17.org.uk for more information about this. If you are a professional working with a family, you can contact our advice line and we can provide advice over the phone. The details for our advice line are on our website. Please note we cannot give immigration advice.